Uh, just 1 minute. Okay, great. So, David, my one concern, the reason for me having to do all this is that we just need to have some kind of more clarity on the issues for the Greylock, right? So, if you can see on the table on the left side, these are all the accesses that we have for MSS 1.0, and what kind of tasks that we do for those credit unions. Like for alerts, we do monitoring and taking action for those. So, but those are handled by NWN. For Greylock, we shouldn't with that. So for
Right.
server side, we have account unlock, password reset. We do network drives. We map those drives. Then installing softwares for end users,
Hmm.
printers, check printers, installing printer drivers. So
Hmm. Yep.
and also print servers. That's what we do on the server side. Then we have O365 there, where we do create all our responsibilities are mentioned here. We do shared mailbox, increase the mailbox size, delegation to shared mailboxes, and distribution list. Also, auto replies, message trace, phishing email, and more things. And if we need to whitelist or block an email or domain on O365, we also do that. Ritu, can you go down? Then we have Duo. For Duo, the current Duo, we do account creation, user lockout, providing VPN access. We install the Duo on their new phones
Hmm.
um, and their authentication with hardware tokens. Then Link Live is another of their voice solutions. Application support. These are the applications. There are more, but these are the core ones that we usually handle them. Then we have laptop setups. Then headphones, hardware issues. Ritu, can you come down? And other you can include onboarding and offboarding processes. So what I want is that, can we have like, this is kind of an comprehensive thing that we have for MSS 1.0.
Hmm.
Can we get something like this from you for Greylog, that hey, for this thing we do this tasks, and just high level, it doesn't have to be a detailed one, just kind of this. And then of course, like you for now, you are on the help desk side, right?
Yes.
If I'm not wrong.
Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
so yeah, that means that whatever you are doing for the help desk, it should be the same for us on the NGT side, uh, because you will be moving to the L3 team, and obviously you don't have to be bothered by all the smaller tasks that we have. So that is something that we need to make sure that what are the responsibilities and the tickets and the technologies that for Greylog that you work on, that can be shifted over to the help desk side, and that should be with the help desk side, and they need to work on. So this is something that we need to work on, and we need your help with that. Hey, these are the things, these are the applications, we provide the support, and this is how we can move forward.
So
So
now, are you talking, you need a list from the help desk side, L1, L2, or everything I do right now?
yeah, I believe so. Everything that help desk does,
Okay.
everything that help, yeah,
It's,
in the
I
scope
mean,
of
this
or
list
whatever
pretty
you
much,
provide your
this,
support on.
this is a pretty good list. I mean, I would just stay on, I would just take this list and tweak it a little bit here and there as opposed to making a new list. I think the like the no before in the fishing, I think the no before is, I'm not sure if that's still there, but we still get those. I mean, there's not much more I can add to it. Um,
Okay, so what we can do is, Ritu, if you can insert, if you can just give me, are you sharing the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, just copy the same MSS 1.0 table and insert it in the F side. Copy the whole MSS table, the first table. Yeah, and go to F and click insert. Yeah, try again. I believe so. Jason is working on it. Uh, okay, so for now, just copy this table, open up another Excel file and paste it there, and then we can put the table up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what I don't, you want to start here? Do you want to just talk about it?
Just 1 minute, David.
Sure.
Okay, so now we have this table with us.
So we
David,
can, yes, go ahead.
yeah. So what are the things that you want me to remove for now?
Now you're talking what I do on a day to day,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
so IT, so I don't, tape storage. Let's see here. Like, give me a second. Oh, installed. Okay, so I don't do any of the data agent. We don't have that. We don't use that. I don't know if we're going to, but we don't now.
Okay. Ritu, can you just remove the dado part?
Alerts, we see those. They go to the network people. I don't touch. We get a ton of alerts. I don't touch any of those things.
Okay. So, but do you guys send do you guys send those alert to the network team or they get
Well,
automatically assigned to them?
no, I don't send any alerts. I mean, if there's like a ticket that needs to go to the network team, I might send a ticket to the network team.
Hmm.
But it's not. That's different than an alert.
Okay, no problem. Then we have the server side. Account unlock and password reset. We did that.
Yep.
And what about the other three parts?
Now you're talking installing software.
No, no, about providing access to a shared drive or mapping a shared drive to a user.
Yeah, we do that. We don't do that much anymore because it works pretty well. We used to have to do that all the time. People were missing drives. But now when people log onto the VPN first, then their computer, there hasn't been much need for that. But yes, we still
Let's
do that. We still do that
let's
occasionally.
okay, let's suppose a new user needs access to a drive, right? So in
Yep.
case, what will you do? Ritu,
That,
can you on the K column, can you just next to account unlock, can you just mark the whole cell green? Wait.
किसकी? नहीं आई है। नहीं नहीं आई है, मैंने कहा टिकट।
Okay. And I'm just going to leave the meeting and join back again. My screen is froze. Just 1 minute.
Mhm.
Okay, David.
Yeah.
So for providing access to the shared drives, how does it work for you?
Well, I mean, typically I mean, if it depends what it is. If it's somebody that I know and I know they get this drive, but if it's a new user, then they have to be, set up in it by a network person, and then
Okay.
it should automatically happen. If it doesn't, then there has to be a form filled out.
No, I mean, what if
I
the
don't,
request comes to you?
oh, if I,
So
oh,
yeah,
okay.
what if a ticket comes into you and they say that, hey, please provide this user, this XYZ user, the access to this network drive. So in this case,
Yeah.
what do you do? What do you guys do? Do you guys follow any kind of specific procedure, or how does it go?
I just, as long as I get to go, as long as I, have, as long as I'm allowed to do it, I can just map the drive.
Okay, so like we can reach out to their managers or ask them that, hey, are we good to map their drives?
Um, like I say, most of that is done beforehand, and usually the manager is reaching out to us saying, okay, one of their people doesn't have access to this, or if
Okay.
I just get something from the user, I will reach out to their manager to confirm.
That's understandable. So once we have that confirmation, like then what are the file servers, or how do you guys go about it? Do you guys add those drives to the user via group, or do you guys go to the file server and give the user the permission and then map them back? How do you guys do it?
I would go if usually it's an individual user, and I get on their computer. I use go to assist, get on their computer, and map the drive.
So from where do you map that drive? I mean, you have to go to a file server, right? So
Yeah.
do you have, Ritu, can you start taking notes on this one? What are the file servers that you have? Do you have one or do you have other?
Well, there's a bunch. There's a few of them, and I can't. I mean, I know the ones I have like DNA is M. That might be something that. No, it's N. Sorry. DNA is N. So if somebody's not able to get into DNA, that might be something that they can't get into DNA. And a lot of times it's just, restart the computer or give it a few seconds and everything will map to its, everything usually maps. That's what it is a lot of times. They just haven't given it enough time.
So
Occasionally I do have to map the N drive, which is for
Okay.
DNA,
so David, could you
DNA.
please put your file server exact path in this chat section?
or yeah,
What do you mean
or
exactly?
I mean, there should be a file server path, right? Or
Oh yeah.
that, yeah. So if you can put those paths in this chat.
Where's the chat? Oh, chat. Yeah.
Hey Nishi, I have to drop.
Okay.
Double check that.
Ritu, on the notes, can you just say that we have to yet receive the training for this one? I mean, we can have one training for a test user that day if someone asks. So what do we do? A training session for this one.
That's one of the more. I don't have the whole list of what's out there, and I would, typically DNA is the one of them that's common. Well, it's the only one that most people have, except for insurance and some people. But and the rest of them, I would go to, since I don't know them all offhand, I would ask if I'm talking to the manager, I say, okay, can you send me that link, or can you show, can you tell me, because I don't have all of these listed. But I would ask some user, like their manager, what it is. What is the drive name? This is DNA, that's for sure. That's the same thing for everybody. But a lot of times, like X will be slightly different for somebody, within different departments.
Just a second. So, I mean, we can then have a training session on this one. Other Then we have installation of software on the end user machines. Do you have that?
Oh yeah.
Do you have those?
Yeah, as far as the everything's on W, or it should be on W. You guys have access to W?
No, we do not. Ritu, can you write it down? What is NW, David?
It's
W.
the W. It's a drive. The W drive.
Okay. W drive. What does it has?
It has most of the. And I'll write it. It has most of the software.
Okay, Ritu, keep just take notes. We need to have access to that W drive, and that NW one that you told.
Yeah, the DNA there is right there. I gave it to you guys, and that's what that is. And then, okay, PS2. 1 second.
Ritu, David just posted the DNA path, file drive path. Please copy it. Okay, so David, this is the path that we need to use for any DNA related shared drive issue, right?
Yes, yes, that
Okay,
is the only one. Yes.
okay. Ritu, please put this note as well that this is the shared drive issue for DNA. Shared
Oh,
drive path for DNA.
make a note that that top one is going to be N drive. It's always going to be the N, as in
Okay,
Nancy.
the first one is N drive.
Yes, and the
Okay,
second one is W, and that's got all the software in it.
softwares. Okay, Ritu, please note down the drive letter. The first one is the N drive, and the second one is the W one.
Yes. And like I say, I would I don't know all of these offhand, and it doesn't happen very often that I need to know it. But I would ask their manager
Okay, understood.
what
Yeah,
it is. So, so yes.
that's like a common practice that if a user asks, we reach out to their manager that, hey, if they even need that access or not. So,
Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, that's a good point.
so then we have for installation software required on. So Ritu, are we done with the notes?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Now that we have this, can you put red marks on in front of provide access to shared drives and installing software? So now coming to printers. Uh,
Do you guys have access to SharePoint or SharePoint?
Not yet.
Right, because there's a list of printers on there. And it's under departments. It's under information technology.
Issue, Ritu, can you on the item number one, please write SharePoint and
Want me to repeat that slowly?
no, it was for
Printers.
Ritu. Yeah,
Okay.
SharePoint and in access. Okay, we will be needing access to SharePoint then.
Yeah, it's listed under the name of the file is I'm writing it here. That's the name of the file.
Okay, thank you.
And,
Ritu
and then and
on.
then there's a list of printers with the their official names.
Thank you. Ritu on the notes in printer and printer slash check printer. Please write need access to SharePoint drive. Need access to SharePoint, and in that we need to concern IT cheat sheet. So, David,
Mm-hmm.
does this IT cheat sheet has all the IPs or of the printers?
It doesn't have the IPs, has the name of them.
Okay, so let's suppose one user reaches out to us that, hey, I need this printer installed. So how do you guys go about it? Do you guys just go to control panel, add the printer and select the name and install it, or
Yeah, I
do
mean,
you?
yeah, pretty much. I click on the devices and printers.
Okay,
I can do it right now,
sure.
and then add printer.
And
Yeah,
then search the name of the printer and then add them.
then I select shared printer name. I type it in there. I type in from the cheat sheet, or a lot of times the user will know which one they exactly need, or maybe they're not sure if it's if I type in the location, a list of servers comes up, and I ask them, while they're sitting right there, which one do you think it is, or which one is it? Sometimes they know for sure. Most times they know. Other times they, if they're not sure, I print a test page and I say, was it that? You know how it is. You've probably done that before.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so there is one more thing, and
Sure.
that is that let's suppose we get one query, and that is that, hey, my printer is not working.
Hmm.
Please support us. So first of all, on the remote end, we can do what we do troubleshooting in the MSS 1.0 case is that we ping the printer. We check, first of all, we just check that, hey, if the symbol is online or offline, then
Yeah, yeah.
we yeah, then we have IPs. We ping those IPs, IP of the printer, if that's reachable or not. If it's not pingable, then pretty sure that it's a hardware issue. Then we have to engage the field tech. Uh, in this case, how do you guys use the IPs too for those printers that you guys ping, or what do you do?
Well, there's a few things. Depends, if it's offline. Sometimes, believe it or not, they've already looked at it and they've already unplugged stuff, and then they plug the network cable into the USB port. Seen
Uh,
that recently a couple of times. That's happened in the past month, believe it or not. So there,
mm,
it's either that or I RDP to the printer on the server. I get the IP address, and then I ping it. And a lot of times, if I can't ping it, it's because it needs to be sponsored again, re-sponsored, which
okay,
shouldn't happen. Which really shouldn't happen because if something is plugged in constantly, it shouldn't lose its sponsorship. The sponsorship is for if somebody is not there for 7 days or something like that. I don't know what the time cutoff. Maybe it's 10 days. All of a sudden they'll lose their sponsorship if they come back because it'll be like we don't know this person anymore. They've been gone for too long. So that's a security thing, but it shouldn't happen to a printer, but it does occasionally. So I would check that. And like I said, typically if I can't ping it, it needs to be sponsored.
okay. So then in case, what do you recommend?
Well, typically it's not usually that. I start services, I see where the services are,
A spoiler
and
one, right?
what's that?
The printer spoiler.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make sure that's going. See, and a lot of times it's something is jammed up like it needs to be.
Clearing the
Just
queues and
yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Just simple stuff like that. Typically, sometimes unplugging it and plugging it back in, the power will fix it.
Okay, but for this kind of stuff, I mean,
Hmm.
if the user is good, then we can do it. But sometimes the user, like you said, that they make mistakes while plugging the powers,
Yeah.
putting the wires back, and sometimes even they do not fully put the power cable back in
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the
Then
power that it should be.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes, all right, and the worst case scenario, I would have to go there and plug it back in myself. Otherwise, if you know people and you know, like you're talking to a user that's not all that great with IT stuff or this type of stuff, ask for somebody in the office who is better at that and say, listen, is there anybody else in the office who can take a look at this? That's what I do. Some people, maybe there's somebody in the office that is, not too bad with IT and they can see an issue. And sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. Sometimes I just have to go out there and fix it myself, but not very often.
That's uh, that's understandable. Yeah. Okay. So
And that's it. I mean, and that's it. And sometimes, well, the other thing that'll happen commonly is an update will happen from Windows, Microsoft, and they'll change the driver. The driver will be wrong. And so if they print DNA stuff, it has to be a PCL driver.
okay,
Um,
that's
and and it should but I mean, if they do marketing, if they don't do any DNA stuff, but they do color, then it's not going to be like DNA is pretty much black and white, and
understood.
for DNA. In a worst case scenario, I uninstall the printer and reinstall the printer.
So David, these printer I just have a question that the
Sure.
printers you are currently on premises are under warranty or nearest to expiring? I mean,
Uh, Depends. Some of them are, I'm sure some of them are under warranty, and I'm sure some of them are old and not under warranty.
and which brand you are using?
Well, if it's for, we use HPs for like the individual printers, and that's what we get calls out mainly. Like if somebody's got an office and somebody's got this on their desktop, it's an HP 4001 or 4000, you know,
Hmm.
3 or whatever DNA. It's hard to say, but they're all, the models aren't too varied. They're all HP. They're all HPs,
All right.
and they don't vary that much with what type they are.
Okay, so that's good with the printers. What about O365? How much do you have access to O365?
I don't have much access at all to that. I can't. And the same thing with the shared mailboxes. Typically, they get that from like their boss. Like if somebody gets a new computer, okay, they may not have access to shared mailboxes, and then they need their boss to send them a new link, their manager to send them, or however they got the mailbox in the first place. No, I'm sorry, I'm thinking calendars. I'm sorry.
Yep. So shared mailboxes and delegate distribution list, that should be with the IT.
Yeah, that's more of a network people for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but network ones, okay, that we can talk out with Jason.
Yeah.
Uh, Now, Ritu, can you just put this whole O365 thing to red?
Yeah, the
Should
phishing alerts is done by the network guys, and that's
that should also be, I believe, so with
like Matt
what this.
Matt Seacon does that, or Jason would do that now.
Matt is leaving, right?
Yeah, I know. Yes, yes, yes. So that's
Okay,
being taken over by, well, or it should be taken over by Jason. I'm sure it is.
that we can also talk with them. Apart from them, Ritu, just remove the sofas. You guys do not have anything with the sofas, right?
No.
Okay. And do you guys use what kind of endpoint protection do you guys use?
We use Duo. What do you mean endpoint? You're not
Uh, le-
talking. You're
For
not
email,
talking
for email,
MFA, right?
for email
no,
solution.
I mean, no, not email. The endpoint protection means like the MDM solution. What do you guys use?
Oh, we use Duo, and then we use. Hmm,
Duo is for the authentication, right?
yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the endpoint protection, like antivirus, like
Oh,
that one.
Like Kotak XDR, Sophos, Client, Antivirus.
hold on a second. That is something I don't. Cisco, I know they use Cisco to do a bunch of that stuff with. That's more of a
Cisco,
Jason. It's more of a
Cisco is
Jason. Yeah, but they also leverage that too.
okay. Okay, Ritu, can you just put endpoint protection software in the seventh one?
Oh, I see. Windows security. Well, that's always on every computer. No, that's a Jason question.
Okay. Uh, okay. With Duo, I believe so. These are the exact same stuff that you guys do.
Yeah, Link Live. That's going to be the. Is that where we're going to be using that instead of Avaya for now on? Is that
No, no.
correct?
I just copy and pasted the table. Avaya, you guys should be using Avaya.
Yeah.
For MSS 1.0, we used Link Live. For Avaya, what kind of things that you do for Avaya?
A lot of times they can't hear stuff out of their headphone. We have to adjust. What I haven't got too many calls lately for it, but we have to adjust the audio in the Avaya. That's typical, but surprisingly, it hasn't been that bad. But beyond that, we have to just set it up. We have to put the IP address in there. We have to change a couple of settings.
Okay. So that
And
should be in the application support. Ritu, just remove the ninth part.
So you guys doing the configuration, sorry,
yeah, we do
doing
the
the
configuration.
configuration in the, I mean, hard phone or on the portal in?
Just in the application itself.
Okay. So are
Okay.
these phone under warranty or nearest to expire?
Um, well, I mean, with the Avaya software, they just have headsets, and then there's also a few people, and there's not a lot of people that
Mhm.
I don't know how many offhand, 20 maybe, that have you know, the physical headsets. And if they're getting older now, and they do not work occasionally, but we do have replacements for those, I believe. And a lot of times that, if they're all of a sudden not working, they may need to be responsored.
Okay. Just 1 minute.
Sure.
So if users, I mean, getting the issue regarding the call landing issue, outbound issue, inbound calling issue, so I mean, what kind or how you can support to user with the help of vendor or
We can responsor it ourselves with we use Plixer. I call it Beacon. It's a program. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know if you guys are going to have access to it, or if that's just us. That's what we do. With the physical phone, it typically works. I mean, if something is messed up with it, I can tell the user to unplug both cables, one at a time from the back of the phone. That restarts it. That typically fixes it.
Mhm.
They're both Cat5 wires. As long as they go back in the same place, it's fine.
So now, Ritu, can you go to the previous sheet in the SharePoint? Go down. Uh, Copy all of the application support that there is. And paste them in the application support option. Okay, we are good. We're good with that. Now, just remove hardware, network, and offboarding. Make this whole one column. Okay, we are okay with that. Okay, do one thing. Take application support into the ninth, and get the whole thing shifted to the above section. Go down. Now go back to the same sheet. Scroll to the left side. Scroll right side. Right side. Right side. More. Okay. Go up. Go down. We just need to see duty. Okay. Go back to the same sheet. Except for the ones that are highlighted yellow, please remove everything. Uh, Wait. We will also be handling DNA support as well, right?
Yeah, I do that,
Okay.
and that's a big thing actually compared to.
Okay. Let
Uh,
me just clear this ones out, and then we can.
you guys use DNA?
No, we use a different one, and it's Keystone.
Right.
Okay. Uh, David,
Yes.
can you please add any more that you supported or you can think of
Yeah. Let me see.
applications? Ritu
Um,
also add DNA.
get docking stations in there. Can I type in there? Yeah, I would put in there docking stations. I can't seem to type anything in there. I don't have control.
Ritu, can you type docking station?
It's not software, but it's something we deal with usually first thing in the morning. And a WebEx is pretty much permissions for a website. Um, Codec scanners, we deal with those, that's for sure. Data card is something that I can help with, but it's more of something I hand over to Luke Brown or Steinman, and I let them know about it. Let's see what else.
So David, I have a query for DNA
Mm-hmm.
application. Uh, is DNA particularly open any recommended browser like Google Chrome, Firefox, or it can be open any browser?
It's its own. Well, it's its own. And, I have everybody has like an icon on their desktop, so it's a program. Um, I don't know of any web application for that.
Okay. So
Yeah,
how
it's a
a
program.
user open
Yeah.
or I mean access this application?
It's on the end drive, but they have an icon for it.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, the David, any
Yes.
more applications that you could have think of? Teams, Outlook.
Yeah, Outlook and Teams. I mean, those are pretty much. We don't do a lot with those. It's pretty self-explanatory. The only thing we like Outlook should be on their computer no matter what. It's a lot of times like a new user can't find it, you just search for it, or a lot of times Teams has to be put onto there. installed on their computer, and
Okay, Ritu, can
they
you add
then they
Outlook and
log in, and
Teams?
then it's fine. And then actually with that goes
Okay.
sometimes, and that goes along with like Jabra also, Jabra, Jabra. That's the
Uh, uh,
Jabra.
Jabra
That's
is a headset, right?
exactly, yeah. That's a headset thing. I get that from new users, or if they might need their software installed, and that's about it. Um, what else? I'm probably missing something, but I'm trying to remember. Touchpoint. You guys use Touchpoint?
Touch point.
Is that on there? I can't see that. Touchpoint.
No, we are not
Ritu,
using.
can you check? No, we do not use Touchpoint, but Touchpoint
Oh,
is,
yeah, that's right. You guys have installed it before, or somebody has. Maybe Sean has.
yeah, yeah. We have installed Touchpoint before.
Okay. I mean, there's other programs like Case, but that would be installed when the computer gets reimaged when we do that.
Can you add Touchpoint? Okay, we have added Touchpoint as well.
Yeah. You guys deal with like the snipping tool. Sometimes there's a question on the snipping tool. It's just like a user. It should already
Ye-
be on the thing, but they have a question of like how to use it or what, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's
Snipping tool. We
if it,
can. You can. Yeah. Yeah. With snipping tool, we are good.
yeah.
Um. Okay. So, can you go up, Ritu? Remove the network point six thing. Okay. Then so also we have. Can you go down? Application support, and in the for hardware. Let's talk on hardware. You provide all of these or some support
But
on laptop setup and headphones.
yeah, laptop, headphones, and then there's like this has Kodak scanner in the list. There's the check scanner, which is T Magic. That's a typical, thing that we, um, the phones, the regular printers. Let's see what else. I'm probably missing something else.
Do you guys use check printers
Yes, check
or
printers.
check printer ID scanners, pin pads, signature pads?
Yes, all that stuff.
Ritu, can you please add all those? No, no, just the pin pad, just the pin pad, signature pad, and ID scanner.
Bottom.
Okay. Then monitors and screens or
Yep,
headphones and okay.
all that
Ritu,
stuff.
please add those as well. Mm, do you guys use any kind of signatures for Outlook, like exclaimer,
Like what? Signatures?
exclaimer? Yeah, signatures, Outlook signatures. How do you guys make those?
Typically the user goes into the signatures and make their own whatever they want to say about themselves. That's
Okay,
what
so
that's what you're talking about, right? They put in their
yeah.
name, their phone number, or whatever it is they want.
Okay, so you guys do not use any service for that, like exclaimer service.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
That, and we've had an issue with when people put in something from like maps, like Google Maps in their signature. That doesn't work out.
Okay. Okay.
It shows
I
up as phishing or something.
understand. That works too. So there is one more thing, and new screens. Do you guys have any part in the onboarding and offboarding process?
Not really. I mean, except for, I mean, we get the new users their laptop and all the stuff they need. You know, headsets, keyboards, whatever it is they need to do their job, IT wise. But all that, but not as far as giving them, you know, drop.
Making their account
Yeah,
creation
exactly.
or
Yeah, that's yeah, exactly. That's at the moment, you know, network guys.
network guys. Okay, just let me one thing. That is. So Ritu, can you just okay, we are okay with that. David, I
Hmm?
have most of the information. So I will just process it with my colleague here. Once we are done, we can put further. We will reach out to you a bit later,
Sure.
and then we can further work on it. Okay. In the
Sure.
meantime, you can work on your tickets. And thank you for your time.
No
Really
problem.
appreciate your help. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have a good day. See ya.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye.
Bye.